Hello and welcome to another Planet Destiny exotic weapon review. Today we'll be taking a look at the Suros regime. The last time I reviewed this was well before Taken King, so this is the first time we're actually taking a look at it post 2.0. For the muzzles we have Field Choke, more range and impact, increased recoil, linear compensator, and finally Smart Drift Control. I suggest just rolling with Smart Drift Control. If you fire for more than about 10 shots, your rounds are really well grouped, so you don't have to correct for the recoil much. However, I did find that Linear Compensator had much better early recoil until you got towards the end of the magazine. So the next two perks is what makes Year 2 Suros actually unique. Spinning Up. The longer this weapon is fired, the faster it fires. Focused Fire. When zoomed in, this weapon fires slower but causes additional damage. Suros weapons are built to be customizable to whatever you happen to be doing. To that end, you can go with a slower rate of fire that also buffs the range to make the weapon more of an auto scout rifle, or if you prefer to just spray down something, Spinning Up allows you to unleash a massive amount of damage into a target. Spinning Up also gives the gun a hefty stability boost, and Focus Fire ups the range by a pretty large amount. The next perk is Suros Legacy, and that causes the bottom half of every magazine to deal bonus damage, and gives a small chance to return health on kill. So this is kind of a combination between the standard Glass Half Full perk and Red Death. The return health on kill procs fairly often in PvE and not so much in PvP. The final two perks are Hammer Forged, increase the range and accuracy, and Lightweight, just use Hammer Forge. Plus 2 character agility doesn't really mean a whole lot, especially when the range stat is so important for increasing that range before your damage starts to fall off. In PvP, Suros is still a decent weapon to use. However, you have to be on point with all of your shots, or else pretty much every other weapon will be able to challenge you, even if you get the drop on someone. Throughout my testing with both Focus Fire and Spinning Up, I was losing fights where I had the advantage at the start. I would try using Focus Fire and stick to some of the medium to long range lanes and be absolutely dominated by Scouts, Mida, and even Doctrine. I switched to Spinning Up and chose some slightly closer engagements and got wrecked hard by hand cannons and Doctrine. Not all was bad though. Spinning Up was an absolutely devastating perk in the right circumstances. Once you trigger the faster rate of fire, you can quickly melt someone before they really know what's happening. With enough practice, you can almost treat the gun like a fusion rifle, pre-fire around a corner and then hop out with Spinning Up engaged, ready to nuke someone. The only downside to this is if you stop firing, then Spinning Up won't trigger. You have to keep firing the gun if you want to take advantage of that faster rate of fire at the bottom of the magazine. Focus Fire is still a great perk as well. If anything, it allowed me to get a handle on the weapon since it put out consistent damage as opposed to Spinning Up's quirks. I still do my Year 1 strat of emptying some of the magazine and then starting out engagements with Glass Half Full already going. It doesn't up the damage by much at the start, but the last 3 or 4 rounds of the magazine have some oomph to them. Suros was meant to be a kind of jack-of-all-trades gun, but master of none, and this shows in PvP. There's pretty much already a better solution out there for the roles that it tries to fill with its various perks. For PvE, sadly, Suros is still underperforming here as well. The damage bump in 2.2 did help some, but that wasn't enough to really put it on the level of scout rifles in PvE. Spinning Up was the most effective at actually killing stuff, since it allowed me to empty the magazine at a faster rate. It made killing some of the beefier mobs more tolerable. Of course, having to continually fire the gun to take advantage of this perk did have its downsides. Since Spinning Up is designed to eat through ammo quicker, you're going to run out of ammo, plain and simple. It pretty much means you will absolutely have to get a pair of reload gauntlets if you plan on using Spinning Up, or else you'll be wasting a lot of valuable damage time just reloading. Focus Fire is still a good perk to use as well, as it allows for really easy to control consistent damage. However, just because the damage numbers are larger, it doesn't mean that you're doing more DPS. Datto did a wonderful video a while back on the math of Focus Fire that confirmed a lot of our suspicions. Focus Fire, while upping the damage of each individual shot, it makes your DPS go down. This is really noticeable on beefier mobs where Spinning Up would shred through them with relative ease, while Focus Fire would be plinking away at them forever. Even though you're getting a massive range bump from Focus Fire, the only apparent benefit to using Focus Fire is that the recoil is an absolute dream to control. For cosmetics, this gun has had a nice new paint scheme upgrade. I know at some point there was an upgrade to the sound, so it didn't sound like a ping pong ball falling down the stairs when firing. In conclusion here, the Suros Regime 2.0 is a gun that attempts to do everything well. You can use the different modes on this gun to success. However, it will be outperformed by guns that have a more defined role. There's nothing wrong with that, but it's something you have to be aware of if you're getting wrecked in PvP, or maybe not putting out enough damage in PvE. This gun is still fun to use, and the utility of the heal can be life-saving at times. Just keep another couple guns in your inventory as backups. I hope you guys found this review helpful. This has been Patrick Casey with Planet Destiny, your guide to the Destiny universe.